You think all those gems make a maxed out base indestructible? Well, think again. Welcome back, fellow fans of Clash of Clans, or if it is your first time here, thank you guys for stopping by. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and hey, let's go ahead and ask for likes today. If you guys would do me the favor, I'm just curious. I want to see if I ask you to like this video, will you? Will it get more likes than usual? I don't know. I'm just curious to see, because I don't normally ask people to like the video. All right, on to the video. We are talking about fully maxed out bases. That's right, these guys, oh, that's me. All right, this guy gemmed like crazy. If you guys saw the video where I gemmed everything to max, this would be the one of the first defenses that I had that very evening of the live stream. We're going to kick it off with this one. This was one of the bases. I believe this was from King from ITA Champs, a base that did pretty well in the tournament, but quickly we found out just how strong attacks like Mitch are. And yes, you will notice this base was tripled by somebody with Builder Hall 6 equivalent troops. Now, he did have the extra army camp, but you'll notice they're level 12 witches, level 12 minions, and a level 12 battle machine, and he still tripled me that 5th army camp, making a huge difference right now, really just overwhelming a bunch of bases. Now, the good news is that we're not seeing a ton of 3-star draws. So I don't really feel like offense is overwhelmingly powerful. I know I've touched on this before. We see the occasional 3-star draw, but if we do start to see a lot of them, then I would expect that we're going to see some changes to balance. All right, so this first 3-star perpetrated by an attack strategy we call Mitch, Night Witches, and Beta Minions. And I have to say, I'm kind of hearing the rumblings of people hating Night Witches as much as they hated baby dragons back at Builder Hall 6, simply because a lot of people argue that it doesn't require a lot of skill to use a bunch of witches. Now, they are inconsistent and they do lead to a lot of losses. Now, this is You're in Trouble. You guys might be familiar with that catchy name. And this is a bit of a hybrid attack. We're seeing a use of the dropships and some dragons along with beta minions. This is a little bit lower on the scale of popularity right now. I am seeing players use dragons and minions or dropships and minions, but You're in Trouble, he seems to be able to wipe opponents out with pretty much any army composition he uses. Here it's a combination of the 3 air units. They're doing a great job. You can see that he just has a level 10 battle machine in this replay, and his dragons weren't even maxed out either. It doesn't look like it's going to be a 3-star right here, but check out the beta minions on the left-hand side, untouched, just out of range of the last anti-air defense, the firecrackers. They're going to get that crusher out of the way in time. They're also going to get the cannon out of the way in time. And now, even though he's just level 10, this battle machine is completely unstoppable. There, the left-hand side getting cleared out. Plenty of time to get the job done. We'll go ahead and fast forward through this because it is a foregone conclusion that Dark Fury is in trouble of getting 3-starred, and that's exactly what happened. So yes, we're going to see a lot of 3-stars against fully maxed out bases today. And yes, it does sort of prove that all those gems don't make you safe. Offense is stronger than defense right now, that is for certain, because these bases that we're seeing now that we're in like the 2nd week, 3rd week of Builder Hall 7, they're evolving. We're seeing new and different bases that are designed to hold off either a ground attack or an air attack, but it's very difficult to have a base that can hold off against both. And right here, CoC Master D, with a name more fit for rapping than playing Clash of Clans, moving in with dropships and Night Witches this time, along with the ever-present beta minions in the airborne attacks at least. So a lot of different ways to skin a base, or so to speak. Right here, this attacker did lay out a pretty firm setup of walls, including maxed out walls all the way to that final core. But again, walls completely a non-factor with the air units. You see a couple of bats and the beta minions getting in there and wiping out the Builder Hall on the left-hand side. That last crusher is still going to be up, but you've got a lot of units left. Strange placement of the guard post. I think the guard post units might not have been very effective being left that far to the outside, but in a base that's this tightly packed, you have to make some decisions as to what you're going to put in the core, and that is one of the tough calls with so few wall segments compared to the home village. So CoC Master D has plenty of time to go for 3. He's got that BM to get the crusher. You know that this guy's not a town hall rusher. Okay, I'll stop. I apologize. All right, so the crusher is going to go down. This is going to be a 3-star attack for CoC Master D, and once again maxed out except for the last few segments of walls. Now, let's check out this next attack. Now, Solomon here, he has become well known for using an attack strategy that I will cover in a future episode, but right here, he is using one of the most unusual armies we've ever seen, and that is baby dragons and barbarians. So, I don't know what you would call this attack strategy. Oh, wait, okay, baby dragons, night witches, and barbarians. So, baby barb witch, baby barb witch, baby... Oh, well, there's a good name for it, but I'm not going to say it in this episode. You guys can think about that one yourselves. All right, so baby dragons, barbarians, and night witches. Pretty unusual, but it's going to work out really well for Lord Solomon, again, against a completely maxed out base when it comes to defenses. Walls, you know, they are of questionable value, you guys, I really am going to say, because you're either attacking with air, in which walls really don't matter except for the battle machine, or you've got bombers that are going to one-shot a wall of the word is equivalent. E-Q-U-I-V-A-L-E-N-T, equivalent. Hey, that was correct. Anyway, okay, so bombers, level 14, take down level 7 walls in one shot with that first shot, level 12 versus level 6, so on and so forth. So yes, Lord Solomon with a very unusual baby barbarian witch attack. And believe it or not, the replay was glitched right here. You could not watch the rest of it for some reason. I don't know, that seems to be happening more and more often. But alright, let's move on. Trust me, that was a 3-star. Now this one right here from Alex Hausen is with the witches and the beta minions. And this is a base that La Remontada was using with huge success, okay? At one point last week, the top 5 global positions were all held by members of La Remontada. So congrats to them for doing that. But it also seemed like they were all using this same base. So this sometimes does happen, the way bases will cycle through the meta and have a lot of success. Players were having a hard time taking this base down. Now, I'm not saying that they got to the top 5 like that only from defense. Obviously, they had some offensive skill as well, maybe a lot of it, but this base did not slow down Alex Hausen from our own full night attack clan as he dropped in the dirty night witches. They got the job done. Check out the top of the screen. There are 2 of them that are wall stalled, and that actually works out really well for attackers sometimes. They just continue to send in tons and tons of bats, and really this attack, more than enough to get the job done. Look at all the beta minions left. Alex could have swagged a couple of those. He drops the last units down, and another 3-star against a fully maxed out base, and you'll notice even the walls were maxed out in that one. For the next replay, we've got a member of Full Night Attack on the receiving side of the 3-star loss, unfortunately, and this attack strategy we usually call bombarch. So bombers, barbs, and archers, just one camp of archers, one camp of bombers, and you still have 60 barbarians. Again, I know some people were not happy about my suggestion. I'm not saying I suggested the fact that they reduce the number of barbs in the camps. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if they did, okay? I'm not giving them the idea, don't worry. I'm sure they won't watch this video, and it'll actually never happen. Okay, but moving on. So you can see the attacker coming in from the bottom right seems to not be afraid of the crusher of the giant cannon either, and he's actually using this strategy to kind of peel back layers of the base. We will go into this one more in depth in a future episode, but those 8 archers are going to come in handy to get rid of the crusher and the giant cannon. Last bomber goes flying off the screen, and a momentary pause as this attacker reassesses the base, sees what he's got down. You'll notice he's already got 32% of this base down. So 1/3 down with 27 barbs and almost an entire camp of archers. He drops them all at once right here, and they will easily melt through both the giant cannon and the crusher. And you'll notice beautiful deployment right here. He sends in the barbs before the archer's cloak comes undone, and that leaves the archers alive to do more damage. And sure enough, the archers are going to get in there and destroy the builder hall. Otherwise, this might not have ended up being a 3. You never know. The archers doing a great job right there. Again, the attack of the day, I would say. This was just so well executed. I loved the archers and the barbs running in just in time to keep those archers alive, at least half of them. And you'll notice right down to the very end of this attack, 3 stars, and it looks like 3 or 4 of the archers were still up. And one more footnote, notice not maxed out battle machine and not maxed out troops either, so it definitely can be done. All right, but we're not done yet. We're going to check out Alter Ego, also known as Mar, from Full Night Attack, going against a base kind of nestled down here in the bottom corner, and that is specifically to combat the Night Witches, because most players will come opposite the air bombs. See the air bombs at the top of the village? Most players will try to drop their Night Witches on the opposite side at the bottom and let them generate bats on the way up. But he's going against Alter Ego, and Alter Ego or Mar is such an efficient Mitch attacker that some have suggested we call this attack Ego Mitch. So there go the witches. Here comes the level 15 battle machine from the top and the minions, and they're going right at the air bombs. But watch the bats eat almost every single one of the air bombs as they come flying out. The bats doing a great job right here, and that is exactly how this is designed. The bats eat the damage, the minions stay up, and then they wreak havoc on the base once the air bombs go down. You can see the battle machine is long gone, but the witches are still up, and at least one of them is wall stalled again. Gotta love it when that happens. Second star just about to come for damage. As you can see, big wave of beta minions on the right-hand side. Alter Ego just absolutely decimating this base, burning it to the ground. The crushers no longer a factor either. 3 of the 4 Night Witches are still up, and plenty of minions, and only a pair of archer towers to try to stop things. Check out the push trap. Sends the Night Witch out all the way to the far reaches of this base, and that actually works to Alter Ego's advantage, because on her way back, she's going to spit out more bats. But no chance to stop the 3-star right here. Nothing left. The big mine goes off and takes the witch out, but she leaves a few bats behind. The last of the beta minions, and another 3-star attack against a fully maxed out base. So apparently, you guys, no base is safe, or is there? Let me know if you come up with a base design that you think could withstand the attacks at Builder Hall 7, and maybe I will try it in a future episode. Thank you, as always, for watching all the way to the end. Have a fantastic day. Again, hit the like button on this video, and we will see if it actually works asking for likes. Otherwise, subscribe. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Full attack.
Gally Don, I'll like your video if you like mine.